All right, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to Somerset Park here in beautiful Somerset County, New Jersey. This is Mike from Common Guy Sports, and I'm joined by Phil on the microphone tonight.
Afternoon, Mike. Let's enjoy the game, and we'll try to bring it home to you guys and make you
All right, we're
understand
just
what
getting
it's like to
started
be
here. The announcer is announcing the starting players for Montville. You see them on the left side of your screen there.
They're going through the starters now. Batting third, Hunter Force playing center field. Cleanup is Logan Force, and he's playing right field. Batting fifth, CJ Tedesco at second base. Batting sixth is Nick Del Judice at left field. Seventh is Chase Tarnoff, catching. Batting eighth is the DH, Tyler Huddenberg. And Andre Masukas is playing third base, batting ninth. The pitcher is Hirsch Parikh. He will not be hitting. They will be introducing the non-starters first, and subsequently we'll give you the starters. Here are your reserves: Mason Aarons, Luke Brendel, Tommy Douglas, Kaden Gabriel, Andres Garcia, Jeremy Hoffman, Will Lynn, Dalton Watson, Jacob Grant, Matt Palmieri, Kyle Rowe, Drew Steves, Matt Terranova, Jack Youngowitz, and Justin Zimmer. Here's our the Chatham Cougars, leading off the second baseman number 9, Nick Carls. Yeah, it's Nick Carls at second, leading off. Trent Jenks catching, batting second.
Trent is down in the bullpen warming up.
Maximo, shortstop, batting third. Justin Regno at first, cleanup. Batting fifth, Peter Federo at DH. Number 16, Gavin Drum is playing third, batting sixth. Batting seventh is Jack Tunney in right field. And Jackson Hodges in left will be batting eighth. Closing out the lineup, Charlie Shasansky in center. I see them all standing tall. That's a good feeling to be waiting for that national anthem. Nice setting for all these high schoolers.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, with the national anthem concluded, we're here for some baseball.
Okay. Try to set the setting for you as we're looking over the field. We're in Somerset, home of the AA Yankees affiliate, Somerset Patriots. They make it pretty clear that Anthony Volpe played here. His name and picture are all over the field, all over the stadium. He's now starting shortstop for the Yankees. Something to be proud of. for Somerset.
All right, on the bottom right of your screen, you see just a scrolling roster that's just displaying. That is not the batting order. That is just a roster of the players. On the right-hand side, you can see Chatham, the home team, meeting outside their dugout. And on third base side will be Montville. Montville Mustangs wearing the green unis tonight as the visitors. All right. Somebody could acknowledge in the chat is open. If you could acknowledge if you're on your phone or a computer, simply post a comment says everything looks and sounds good, or give us a quick thumbs up so we know. This is streaming on YouTube. It will be preserved. You can rewatch at any point. You can pause, rewind, and so on your own without affecting anybody else. So, got a decent crowd here tonight. Little overcast. You can see the flag in center blowing a little right to left. And Chatham takes the field.
Tonight's pitcher is Matt Hodap, number 23, junior. Chatham's had a series of games recently, so has Montville, mixing up the regular season and state tournament. So live arms are in need. Hodap's a lefty. He gets to draw the start at the big field. We watched the warm-ups, them taking infield. Had some comments that the field looks a little bit bigger to the players than they're used to. In reality, it's 90 feet, but
that's fine.
a little bit more, a little bit bigger psychological space for them here. They're bouncing a few of those warm-up throws, but taking infield now, they're getting it there with some pace. So got to be a little extra energy for the players. They'll come out pretty hyped up. And going to be contending with some bigger dimensions. Anything that goes over the wall here, that'll be a keeper. Mike, you measured the dimensions.
Yeah, in between the innings, I actually tried to do an overlay of the field size from Montville's home field, a turf field, and then the Chatham field behind the high school. Would you? So I'll try and do that in between one of the innings when we have a little break. I'm sorry, here we go.
Christian Zerlo leading off for Montville. Setting up inside. Up and away.
All right, ball two.
Just a little high. Good pace on those throws. Tried to ease that one in, still left it up. We're at 3-0. And a 4-pitch walk. Those pitches were close. That's going to be something quickly corrected. But he'll be doing it from the stretch with a man on first. No outs. Top of the first. And he's in there.
Sorry.
Strike one. Step off throw. Keep him close. They don't have the three pickoff plays per at bat rule in high school like they do in the pros. That time he came home, had the base runner leaning back to the bag, left it high, 1-1. Got the center fielder playing in short in right center. The other fielders are shading away. Oh, and that gets thrown down the right field line. We'll see if he can go to third. He's making the turn. It's going to be a play at third. And that gets away. He could be coming home. And it's out of play. Montville scores a run without a hit.
All right, we'll watch the tail end of that at a replay here. As, again, a lot of foul territory here as Chatham chased the ball. You see the ball coming in. There's a short hop to third as the runner was coming in, and that skipped out of play, allowing the runner to come home. All right, we're back live here.
Oh, Hodep's not pitching from the stretch anymore, and he's now at 2-1. Most of his balls have been high. I'm going to try to get on top of it, bring it down. That one came down a little inside. That's a curve. Dropped it in nicely, 3-2. Base is clean. That runner made it all around from first on a couple errors. So got empty bases for the second hitter. That's another curve, but that left stayed up high. So we have another walk and another runner on first. Hunter Force, center fielder, batting third. Thinking Hodap will be a little more judicious in his throws to first. Down and in. He's around the zone, but they're missing by a little bit. Another one, caught the inside corner, so we're at 1-1. He's mixing up mostly fastballs, third to a quarter curves. Seen those two pitches from him so far. There's a curve. It's bounced to short. Goes to second for one. Relays late. And we have a force out. One down. Man, one on first. We have the cleanup hitter coming up. Logan Force. Right fielder. Those Force brothers batting third and fourth. And we're back to first. Setting the stage, it's one man on first, one out, one run in, top of the first, 1-0 Montville. Curveball. Close, just inside. Oh, I thought that was a ball. I think they rang it up as a strikeout. Going to go with 1-0 here. That's ripped into left field on a few hops. Fielded there. Runner's going to stop at second. We've got first and second. Now batting second baseman, number 18, CJ Tedesco. Got a RBI situation here. First and second, one out. Hodap down and in. Good stop by Jenks. Snagged it with the glove. One-handed. Kept the runners at their bases. We got 1-0. Curveball. Check swing went around. Nice deception there. Got a strike. It's 1-1. Think that curveball could be effective. Getting hitters chasing. Maybe he's going to go to that a little bit more. That's been a more effective pitch so far. Some fans still heading in. Early start tonight. Another curve. Just missed.
Called strike.
Oh.
One ball, 2 strikes here.
I did not see that right arm go up. So
If you are just joining us, you are able to rewind to go back. The game did start a little earlier than expected. Sorry. Sound is good. Pictures. Great. Thank you, Mr. Shellner. Glad you can join us tonight. Good
another curve, and that's fouled to the right side. He is starting to rely on that curve. We've seen some weaker swings. Count is 1-2. Stepped off.
I don't know why it's.
Looks like about a couple hundred people in the stands, and they're still coming in. About evenly divided, say a little more for Chatham, but, you know, it's early. Okay, 1-2, 1 out, first and second. Coming home. Looked for the outside corner and got the call. We got strike 3, 2 down. We got some nice camera angles today, Mike. Thank you for your diligence setting up today. 2 down. Number 6 hitter, Nick Deljudish. Bounced it in. Jenks tops it. We are ball 1. Hodap's getting in his stride. Some of those curveballs are gonna hit the ground.
I'm sorry, we have 2 outs here. Let me just update that scoreboard on the top right.
Fastball, that's a strike. And we got 1-1. So he's working the fastball up in the zone. Curveball at the knees or below. It's an old formula. That curveball left high. It's 2-1. Outfield again. Center fielder has been set up in right center. Left fielder sort of shading towards left center. Right fielder more or less straight away. 2-1 pitch. That one bounced in. Runners are going to move ahead. Hodap's covering home. Nothing, no damage there. But we have runners have moved up, and it's second and third. 3-1 count to Deljudish, and possibly with first base open. Might be careful here, but got Tarnoff on deck. Down the middle, blew it by him. Full count. Still pitching from the stretch. Second and third. 2 down. Full count. 1 run in the top of the first. Del Judas waits for the pitch. And he called him out. A late call. High fastball. Strike 3. Finish that top of the first. 1 run on 1 hit. 2 errors. And we come to the bottom of the first. Montville leading 1-0. Chatham to bat.
All right. While we have a moment here, I'd like to point out, bottom left of your screen, you see some rolling ads there for local businesses that support Chatham baseball, supporting the boys. So if you could, if you have business that is within their field of expertise, please, if you could consider them, that would be well appreciated. Number 20, Harsh. I got. On the mound for Montville is Hirsch Parikh, a junior right-hander.
It's Hirsch Parikh on the mound right there.
Leading off for Chatham will be number 9, Nick Carls. See him over on the first base side. Again, a lot of foul territory here as we take a pan back. You can see the crowd from this shot. Lights are on. Flag lightly blowing right to left, right field to left field. Phil, your eyes are better than me. What do we have distance down those lines?
Well, it's 317 to left, 315 to right. Makes no sense to me why they would be different, but maybe that's the Yankees favoring a short right field porch by 2 feet, trying to cultivate some of those lefty swingers, pick up some of those cheap Yankee Stadium homers.
And there it is, deep center, 402.
Well, if anyone reaches that one, we're gonna get excited. Right now, I'm excited about Parikh's warm-ups. He throws hard. He's got a fastball, slider, and he's got something of a tailing fastball as well. So I saw 2 different fastballs, saw a slider, everything coming hard. He's a big player, and Chatham's going to have to be ready for some heat tonight.
Oh, that's weird. I put Nicky on the wrong team. He's blue with the C, so.
So we got Carls leading off, second baseman, and he's going to get a first taste of Parikh's heat. Smoked it in for strike 1. Checking his signals from the stretch. High and outside, more heat.
Strike 2.
Carls could not catch up with that one, and it's 0-2. He's going to shorten his swing now. Expect Parikh to keep coming higher and hotter. Outside, shows him a fastball, 1-2. The New Jersey Transit making its way past the field. Get a sneak peek at the plate, just like Yankee Stadium. A curve, not close. I think that was just for show. 2-2 now. Carls gearing up. Parikh fires high. Now it's full. So after 2 smoking fastballs, It's now counted as full again. Payoff pitch. And he catches up with a fastball. Short flare to center. Comes in. Sliding catch by the center fielder, Hunter Force. That was a very slick slide.
Top right, top left of your screen, sorry, is the replay. Bottom right, we'll stay live here. Trent Jenks coming up. You can see that shot by Carls. Gets a little air under it.
Force was already shading him to right center. That looked like Jeff Garlowitz out there in center field.
Now you got everybody home Googling who Jeff Garlowitz is.
Batting second, Trent Jenks, catcher. Trent pitches, catches. He's catching tonight. He's batting second. Looked at ball one. That one's up and in for a strike. Jenks is looking to do some damage at the 2 spot. See what he can do here. Parrick mixing it up, down and away. Jenks is used to getting pitched around. He's been a damaging hitter this year. Like to see Parrick challenge him. See what heat on heat can make happen. That's a little away. Caught the corner. That's a nice pitch. So he's got it now 2-2. 1 down, bottom of the first. Montville leading 1-0. They got a run with no hits. Up and down the middle. Jenks foul tipped it. Strike 3. That was power on power. Jenks will sit. It's 2 down. Maximo coming up, batting third. Shortstop. Curveball. Up for a strike. More of a slider, I'd say. Oh and 1 to Maximo. There's a slider, popped up between short and third. Short's calling for it. That's caught by Zurlo. And they're down 1-2-3. After 1 inning, Montville 1, Chatham 0.
All right, here's what I mentioned a little bit earlier. So hopefully, let me know how this works out for you. But this is an overhead view of the field here. So as you can see, Phil mentioned before the 402 to the center. It does have a unique shape out there in the outfield wall. But as I play this through, let's see how this. All right, so this is an overlay of both Montville's field and the field here. So if you're familiar with the Montville field, it is overlays the soccer field out there. Again, I can't guarantee this is 100% accurate, but if somebody does go over that wall at 402 in the center, for all those Montville Mustang fans, if you stand on the goal box line, top center of your screen, that's about where center field is. So if I play this a little bit more, there's your Montville field. Now it's in a transition back. And then for all those Chatham fans out there, if we pause this halfway through now, one more. Okay, top left, you see that white patio area. If you've been to the Chatham field, you're familiar with that. The irony is, and again, probably not 100% accurate, but the left field wall where it kind of contours after that first, so left center would be right on that patio. So we'll play through this a little bit more later, but I thought that would be kind of cool to mix it up a little and show you kind of comparable one field to the other. All right. Phil, who's at bat?
Coming up in the bottom of the first, top of the second will be 7, 8, 9 hitters from Montville. It's Chase Tarnoff, the catcher, in the box. Hodap starts him with a curve. Low, ball 1. Ground ball, the one hopper to third, and it's over the head, going in the dugout. That's going to be a dead ball. Runner advances to second.
So let's take a look at that replay if we have it here.
Had time.
There.
Airmailed it.
All right.
That's sending the runner to second. Shaking the butterflies. First baseman is in at first. The DH, Tyler Hedenberg. Bunts, as expected. Pitcher fields it, goes to first, and a very nice play to get the runner by a step. The bunt advances Tarnoff to third. One down for Milsoukas. Milsoukas is a freshman, batting ninth and playing third base.
All right, as you can see, Chatham here in the second, down 1 run, does bring the infield in with 1 out, runner at third.
Could be because it's the ninth place hitter.
That's a good observation, Mr. Phil.
We got Hodap throwing first pitch low. Outfield fairly shallow. Milsoukas waits for the 1-0 pitch. That's down the middle. Little late. Strike 1. 1-1. 1 out. Runner on third for the ninth place hitter Milsoukas. Top of the second. Hodap. Fastball fouled back. Strike 2. Umpire is going to keep that ball for later use. Hodap looks locked in. He wants the sign. He's looking for a rhythm. Steps off now. Key moment here. First man on third, 1 out, 1-2 count. Slider fouled back to the right. Worked him up in the zone that time. Milsoukas staying alive, 1-2. Hodap stretches, throws, another foul. So he's catching up a little bit late. Staying alive.
All right, for all the Chatham fans, you might be hearing that voice in the background sounds very familiar. That is Chris Tomeno.
Curveball topped to the pitcher. He looks him back at third and timed at first. So the runner at third stayed home. And it was another composed fielding play by Hodap. So he's done himself well with his fielding, and he's got 2 assists in this inning, leaving that runner at third. Which brings us back to the top of the order, Christian Zurlo, who scored the only run of the game. He walked and went to third on a pickoff and scored on a wild throw to third. So Zurlo responsible for the Montville lead. It's a ball 1, 2 down, top second. Curveball leaves it high, 2-0. Infield is back as there are 2 outs. Oh, that's inside. Almost hit him. 3-0. They're going to have to respect Zerlo's speed, as he was the main focus last time. They don't want to walk him. He may be heading to second. That one is in there, so it's 3-1. Trying to end this inning at Zerlo. Hodap pitching 3-1, 2 down, top second. That one brought in a fastball up in the zone. Zerlo's late. Fouls it again to the Chatham side of the stands. Full count. He'll come in with a fast one. Yes, he does. Another late swing.
Popular section over there. If you came for souvenirs, that's
It's
the place to be.
A little bit of frustration for the fans because the announcer said he wants all those foul balls back on the field. So that's what high school ball is all about here, saving those balls. A curveball, rounded short, fields it nicely, good speed down the line, but they get the third out, and Chatham leaves the runner at third. Go to the bottom of the second, 1-0 Montville.
All right, so real quick, let's play with that little video again. So let's jump ahead. So if we look at it at this point, that's the Chatham home field there. No, there's not a logo in short center. That is just a reminder. So this is behind Chatham High School. That is the field, JV field on the top right of your screen. So if we just rewind a little and do an overlay, top left, it's a little hard to see in this, but that little gray area, let me jump forward a little. See that patio area with the blue tables on the top left? That is probably, 20, 25 feet past the fence, the temporary fence that is put up at Chatham. So if you've been there, you probably, as you come up to the field, you know that patio and then walk up to the fence. But here from an overlay, again, not 100% accurate, but that would be the equivalent, that patio, of where the wall is here in Patriots TD Bank Ballpark, the home of the Patriots. All right. So I thought that would be interesting. We'll do that again later if anybody joins us late. If anybody does have questions or comments, the chat is open here on YouTube. So if you are on your phone or tablet or computer, you can simply type in there. If you could give us I saw one comment, Mr. Schnelder. I don't know, you said the picture's soft. If you could possibly comment on that, let me know what that means. Everything looks good at our side. The Patriots were nice enough to give us reliable internet, so we're working off that. So hopefully we'll giving you a good quality product here for the boys. And leading off, number 15, Justin Regno.
So I got my eye on that left field, Mike, and there's a wall. There's nobody, no humans there. So the patio has not been replicated in Somerset. But if a ball goes there, a lot of people start running out there to retrieve it. Ooh, he gets hit with a inside curveball that did not break. Regno is the first base runner for the Cougars. All right, we have the Cougars trying to mount a comeback with the man on first and no out. Federo, the DH, batting fifth, coming up for the Cougars. That one more safely outside. Parrick's gone back to his go-to pitch for the first strike. So it's 0-1. Regno on first, no outs, bottom second. Gentle throw to first. Heart of the Cougar order, trying to take advantage of a leadoff runner. That's a curve, but it's bounced into the hole and gets through in the left-hand side. So caught the third baseman playing a little shallow, just out at the reach to his left, and lands in the left fielder's mid on the bounce. We have runners at first and second and no outs for Gavin Drum. Drum's a junior, playing third base tonight. Made an error in the top of the second that did not lead to a run. Hodap was fielding well last inning. So he's got a chance to get Chatham on the board. He squares around and he pulls it back, gets hit. So he pulled it back in time so that hit by pitch did not constitute a strike. And he got passed down to first. See Parrick having a little bit of trouble with the inside. He did try an off-speed pitch again. That was the one that hit Regno, and now he's hit 2 batters this inning. So a hit by pitch, a grounder through the hole, and another hit by pitch is low to the bases. So Chatham is in position to do some damage in the bottom of the second. Tunney, batting 7th in right field, is looking to drive in a run. Got the outfield playing straight away. No outs. And he fires in a strike on the outside corner. Not sure what Chatham could be doing. No special plays here. It's just power on power. That's getting, again, one right through the hole. Coming around third, he's been waved home. The throw is cut off. It gets through. There's going to be a play at third, and they're going to be getting him at third, trying to stretch. So on that play, 2 runs came in. The ball did sneak through the cutoff, but in the attempt to go to third.
Here's a replay of that top left of your screen. Tunney going the other way, gets it through the left-hand side. You see Regno coming in. Here's the second run coming in.
Federo saw it get through, thought he could grab third, but it was a very slick fielding play and a solid throw by the catcher. Turn off to nail the runner at third for the first out of the inning. So instead of first and second with no outs, it's man on first with 1 out. Brings us to Hodges. Left fielder. Another throw to first, a little bit more dangerous. Diving back was Tunney. We got 2 seeing eye singles, 2 hit by pitches, 2 runs in. Had a runner thrown out of third, so it's a little less dangerous for Montville. Parrick, a little wild outside for ball 1. Hodges looking down at first. 1-0, 1 out, 2-1 Chatham. Little low. Colin Hodges back in. Trying to keep things moving. 2-0. No pitch clock here in the high school game. Some rule differences between the pros and the college and the high school.
I don't want to jinx anything, but if you take a look to left field, that is the sun coming out, breaking out. Seeing some shadow on the field based on the stands.
That seems to be bothering the left fielder, shading his eyes. 2-0. Just slung one in for a strike, not a particularly fast one, just to get me over strike. So it's 2-1. Parrick in the stretch, comes home with a very effective slider. Looked like Hodges was looking for a fastball on that one. Chased it outside. 2-2. Tunney looking a little more runnerish that time. Got back. Bases, I believe, are 16 inches, not 18 inches. He's going to have to run a couple, 4 extra inches to steal a base. It looks like he wants to go, and he does. Fouled back. Two and two. Third base coach flashing the signs. Got to think if he went on 2 and 2 the first time, gonna give it another go.
All right, on the top right of your screen, there's a little picture-in-picture there.
Did not go, but a rip to left field over the third baseman. So that's a solid signal. Tunney stops at second. That one might have brought home Drum if he had Federo, sorry, if he had stayed where he. Apologies, that was Drum who got thrown out at third. So we have first and second, 1 out. Shasansky batting ninth. That's a strong fastball, down and away for a strike. 0-1. Not a bunting situation. They're paying close attention to Tunney at second. Now they're backing away. Up. He fakes a throw. Token attention.
All right, again, on the top right of your screen, a picture-in-picture, just a look in on first base. In case we're slow to move cameras, you can see as somebody's stealing and so on.
That's a curve. That's sky to right center. Center fielder under it. Force grabs it. Shows a strong arm to third. Tunney staying put. Second out of the inning. And the top of the order coming back. Carl's coming up. That's down and away.
Hey. One ball, no strikes here on Carl's.
It's a hard one. Up the middle slowly. Shortstop Zurlo fields it. Steps on second. Out of the inning. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors. And we go to the top of the third. 2-1 Chatham.
Oh. No. This will win. All right, number 20 on the mound for Chatham, I believe, is Will Lynn. We don't have, wasn't part of our the roster that we got. We apologize. Yeah. All right, apologize. I don't have a picture for Will.
Okay, we're going to the third. We have a new pitcher for Chatham, Will Lynn, sidewinding righty. Chatham is going to be bringing out a sequence of pitchers this game, as this is a game to get through some arms, trying to save some arms for the playoff games, and a lot of folks getting a couple of guys getting a chance to see some action. Lynn.
All right, back to your house.
Has a lot of movement on his pitches, and he's throwing to Agnoli, who making his second at bat of the game. He was up when Zurlo scored on the wild pitches. On the wild throw to first. Agnoli gets hit on the 1-1 pitch. So that's what happens with a sidearm righty. Sometimes that'll cross the batter's box, and the batter might just want to let it hit him. And that one did. So with leading off, Agnoli is on base. Hunter Force, 1 on, no outs. Lynn draws out a foul, so Force fouls it to the right. We are 0-1, no outs, top third.
So as Phil mentioned, we're going to see some pitchers. Chatham is in the midst of the Morris County tournament, which is an in-season tournament. They played Friday. Runner goes.
Good throw, but he gets past him. Oh, and he got him going past it. That was unfortunate.
All right, we'll take a replay of that. So on the top right, you can see as he's leading off, let's see if he gets a good break on it. Pitcher comes set. Decent jump outside. Jenks quick transition. And then good pickup there.
Goes past it. It seems like the ump wanted to get him on the recovery. From here, it didn't look like he left the bag, but my opinion doesn't count today.
That's why we're in the headsets. All right.
Well, then Force is going to have a bases clean with 1 down to hit. And that one caught the outside corner. So Jenks caught a runner, and it's 0-1. Sorry, it's 1 out and 0-2. Top third, 2-1 Chatham. Lynn outside, fouled to the right. Force is looking to start something again for the Mustangs. It's 1-2. Sun stays out. That one was trying to get a taste of the outside corner. 2-2. That one's even more outside. Full count. Force is waiting for one over the plate. Looks like a pull hitter to me. Nope, he goes up the middle. Solid. Fielded by by Shasansky in center. So they replaced the runner that got picked off with a new runner, Force. Hunter Force's younger brother, Logan, coming up. Cleanup hitter. Strike over the middle. 0-1. One's a little outside. Traffic's easing up. We can get a nice view of 287 over the left field wall. These cars are in no danger of getting hit from tonight. That one up, 2 hopper to short, over to second for 1. Held on to by Carls. So they'll take 1 out at second. A new force is on first. CJ Tedesco, 3rd straight hitter to be up with a man on first. But now there are 2 outs. Lynn is trying to work the outside. That is outside for ball 1. So we've seen some general grounders. And there's been 1 hit and 1 that's out. That one dipped nicely. Tipped for strike 1. Some sinking action on Lynn's fastballs. He also has a riser too. So these hitters have to be ready for some movement. Tough to be a righty. That one's dipping. 2 hopper to third. Fielded. A good throw to first. Catches him by a step.
Drum DeRegno for the 3rd out for the inning. We'll go to bottom of 3.
It's about the time in the game the fans are thinking of getting up and hitting the concession stands.
Unfortunately, based on the time of the year, the management here explained they don't have their college workers home, so concession stands are not open.
I think Ken Jenks brought some sandwiches, so if you head down to the front row, look for a cooler and cap him on the shoulder and have a hungry look, you might get something. I'll be doing that next inning. What about you, Mike?
Maybe.
Okay. Parrick is going to come out there for the 3rd. Chatham's already replaced his pitcher, but Montville's going with Parrick. He was a victim of a couple of hit batsmen and a couple of ground ball singles.
All right, so let me just complete a thought. So I mentioned earlier the Morris County in-season tournaments going on. Chatham's the 12 seed. They had an upset win over Mount Olive on Friday night and then continued on that hot streak, beating Mendham Saturday. Mendham was the 4 seed, so Chatham moves on to the semifinals. So 4 teams left. Chatham will face Morris Knowles, on Saturday, and then Del Barton and Randolph in the other one. So some powerhouses.
Trent Jenks swings first pitch. It's popped up near the catcher. Is going to field it. So 1 pitch, 1 out. Jenks. 2nd out of the game.
All right, now batting Wes Massimo. Wes had the win on that. I'm hitting the wrong button. I apologize. Had that win in the Mount Olive game on Friday night. Trent Jenks, I don't know if he got the win Saturday. It was a battle with Mendham. They came back and tied it, went to extras.
It was tied. So
yeah, Jenks was out of the game at that point, so he would not have gotten the win.
That gives Zegon or he came on to save it. So it was. That one's.
Get him?
That one did not catch him up. So that was just a ball. It looked like it was about to hit him. but just a ball. 1-1. 1 out. Bottom third. Maximo waits. That one well outside. 2-1.
Oh. All right. Real quick, while we have a moment here, I want to thank, we got Mr. Steve on the camera, Mr. Phil here helping out with the announcing and doing a fabulous job. This one's fouled back. So Common Guy Sports has just become Common Guys Sports. Oh, Caden Gabriel got the win on the Mendham game. So thank you. There's our fourth utility player back there.
Our stat resource. 2-2. 1 out. A hard fastball fouled away. Spoiled it. And the kids are chasing that. Maximo. Parrick. Nice off speed outside. Maximo spoils it. Out in front.
So definitely a cool experience for the guys, you know, in this minor league ballpark. Phil, we were here when they got here, and they did take kind of a few minutes to kind of take it all in. Some of the Chatham players were definitely here last year.
Oh, they enjoyed hanging out in the bullpen. That's what I noticed. Outside pitch reaches out, and it's a flare into left. Lands on the ground in front of the left fielder. Del Judas. Maximo gets a single. Regno up. He was hit by a pitch in the second. Curveball stays high. Seen Parrick have more success with the hard stuff, but absolutely wants to show something, keep hitters guessing. Okay, Regno cleaning up. That's left high for ball 2. 2-0. Maximo on first. Doesn't look like a threat to go. Regno open stance. Outfield, generally deep. Have not seen a ball reach the oh, that's another hit by pitch.
Fourth?
Regno.
Fifth? How many total for the game?
That's
Definitely
the
4.
third, but the second one for Regno. Oh, so I got 2, Mike. So
total?
3 total and
Okay.
2 for Regno. So he's going to have a couple of bruises, but he did score a run. So
Well, Regno is really the epitome of grit, and so if anybody can take the ball, he's definitely the one that will bounce back. There's during the game on Saturday, I did the Mendham game, and there's a part where he pulled the players, and you see him talking to them outside the bench, and you could feel the energy he was providing to his teammates.
I have a hunch they're going to replace the pitcher, but it doesn't look like it. Just a couple of claps and a pats on the back. Not sure that was just to reassure Parrick that those hit by pitches, they happen. There hasn't been real dangerous contact too much on the part of the Cougars, but they've used those base runners to Well, they played it a couple. So Federo's up first and second and one out. And his last time he singled. That's down and away. Outfield staying fairly deep and left. Center, right field kind of on the shallow side. Dancing around out there. At second, he fires a strike. Perrick.
1-1 on the batter.
Maximo is trying to draw some attention, but those fielders are shaded towards second. He's not going to be able to get off too much without getting some cheap pushback. There's an off-speed pitch. Fouled back to the right. Jack. That's John Hodges, who fielded that. Gave it to a kid, but that kid's going to get some bad news. Give it back. He's temporarily owner of that ball.
All right, sorry making you dizzy there. When you have famous people in the stands, you got to kind of pan it quick, right?
Who's famous in the stands, man?
That guy met Joe Namath.
Okay, it's 1-2. 1 out. Slider fouled straight back. So.
All right, so for all the Montville fans, glad you're joining us. Hope you're enjoying the coverage. Mr. Force just stopped by. He'll be joining us during the next half inning, talk about some of the Montville side players. So I'll hand off my headset. Mr. Force and Phil will bring us along.
Oh, that's great. He's responsible for 2 ninths of the batting order. Oh, that's up and in and handcuffed. Federo, how very effective pitch. That's really was a surprise. Most of those pitches have been worked away, and an up and in got the better of Federo to strike him out. That's 2 down. Gavin Drum was hit by pitch in the second. He's going to try to drive a run in. 2 down. Maximov is trying to distract Perrick. That's not close. Stabbed by Tarnoff. 1-0.
And for anybody out there, if there is a milestone or something that significant, feel free to put it in the chat. We'll give it a readout. And if we are mispronouncing any names, feel free to provide suggestions on that. 1 ball, 1 strike here.
Real heater there. Blew it by Drum for strike 1. It's 1-1. I guess Maximov's purpose now is just to get a good jump. Base hit, he's going to try to score. He's got a secondary lead, a curveball. Swings under it, Drum. Strike 2.
Very effective visit to the mound from the Montville coach. Calmed him down. He's got the strikeout. Now he's finding some control here.
That 3rd strike to Federo, that was vicious. Tell you what, that's not doing Perrick any favors, those fake throws to second. He's got some business to take care of at the plate. And it's 1 strike away, so tell his fielders to just sit tight. That was a close one. Ball 2.
All right. There's that traffic in the background, Phil. You mentioned it earlier. Moving by, no traffic. It's 287 out there in the distance.
Well, there's traffic on the base paths today. And a key moment in the game. 2-2, 2 down to Drum. He comes outside and rings them up with a pitch that caught the outside corner. Strike 3. No runs on 1 hit. 1-2 left. And after 3, 2-1, Chatham Cougars. So, mid-game here. Couple of thoughts here on the rule differences between high school and pros. A lot of the pro rule changes have not made their way down to high school. So, no special ghost runner and extra innings, and no limitations on the throws to first, no 18-inch bases, no pitch clock. I saw Parrick checking his wrist for the pitches, but I'm guessing that was just to read the signs. There's no electronic communication.
So
between
just
home and
this year,
first.
high school level, they're allowed to do one-way communication from the bench to the catcher with electronic. I haven't seen a ton of it. There are some devices out there. I don't want to say they're reasonably priced. I think they're like $500-600 to provide that. But hard to say that it's being utilized or not. So,
Well,
right.
other big difference is the aluminum bats here. That's it's a college still has aluminum too, right? So
Yep.
we have, the high school game transition to college is harmonious from a rule perspective.
All right, Lynn continues on the mound for Chatham here.
And Trent Jenks from the Cougars is going
We're
to
not
play
in the top
Division
of the
One,
fifth.
top 4.
Sorry.
And Jenks going to Hofstra, and he's shows the transition's possible. Plenty of Del Barton kids playing college and some in the pros. So there is a path. With the count 2-0, Lynn drops one in. Jel Judas up, leading off the top 4th. It's 2-1 count. Batting 6th. Another sinking fastball. So you can see Lynn's got the ground ball pitches when he needs them. There's been a lot of grounders from the Mustangs. 2-2 to Jel Judas. Outside pitch. That's not a grounder. That's line to center. Taking a wide turn and throwing it back in is Shasinski, and he holds him to a single. That's a solid hit. Del Judas leading off with a single. Brings up Tarnoff will hit with one out and one with no outs and one on. Catching tonight. All right, so the Mustangs may have some work, some effort to manufacture some trouble. Looking for a grounder. That's popped up to the infield. Catcher Jenks makes a nice play, stabbing that confidently. And there's one pitch, one out with for the first out of the inning.
All right, top left is a replay of that. And, again, a lot of foul territory here. More so, I've only seen some of the fields around, but, Roxbury is one that comes to mind with a lot of foul territory, and this dwarfs that. So for Jenks to travel that far, hitting that warning area, probably only a few times that he's done that kind of
It's a strong play.
travel.
Strong
So
play.
great play there.
We got in outside corner for strike one.
All right, we have one out here, runner at first still. And I threw the trivia question out there last game that
Little fastball, fouled away. 0-2.
so that Mendham game, Trent Jenks, started as the pitcher, and then when he was relieved, came out and became the catcher at that point. So I threw the trivia question out there. If anybody has an occurrence of that happening at any, I imagine Little League probably more so, but at this level or above.
Hedenberg fouls it back. 0-2. The eighth hitter, DH, Hedenberg, with Tarnoff on first. It's the top 4th, one out. Outside, 1-2.
Quick shout out if there are any Chatham baseball alums out there finishing up college Good luck with your exams. Finish strong. We'll see you around town soon.
This game fits in well with the high school schedule, right? Monday night, a late start. Don't miss any classes, and it's middle of May. Month of school to go. That one was down the middle, line to left field. They'll play station to station. We'll be stopping at second, and the bottom of the order coming to life for Mustangs. We're leaving first and second. One out. Ninth place hitter, Andre Milsukas. We have a guest today. Mr. Force on the mic. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Please introduce yourself.
Yeah, so Shane Force from Montville.
Welcome.
Thank you, thank you.
We've seen a competitive game, Shane.
Absolutely.
We've seen a lot of force from the Force brothers. One was on first. Oh, up the middle, hits the pitcher in the butt. And that's going to be fielded at second. Wow. And they held the runner to third. That's 3 straight singles from the 7, 8, 9 hitters to load the bases.
That's Andre Milsukas. He's a freshman, and he is somebody we're really excited about in Montville.
We're going to show a replay, and that thing came right back up the middle. So Lynn turned his body, and it hit him on a well-protected part of the body.
Yeah, Andre plays his club ball for the Diamond Jacks, which is not an easy team to make. So he's got a lot of good experience. The kid's going to be really good.
Yeah, he's going to be happy with that line drive.
Absolutely.
So they get to huddle up while there's a pitching change. And, the Stangs are coming up with the bases loaded in the top of the order. So it's going to be – you picked a good time to join the broadcast, Shane.
Thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
Oh, my gosh. All of our 7 listeners are going to be pretty excited to hear from you. Apparently, we have more than 7. Well, welcome. Please tell your friends and family. We could use the numbers.
Spread the word, right? Spread the word.
We have pitching change Jacob McGrath for Chatham, an overhand righty. So there's 3 different looks from the Chatham side: a lefty, a sidewinder righty, and Jacob comes right over the top. So
yeah, that was not an easy. The last pitcher, not an easy ball to pick up. You know.
They found their stroke after a lot of grounders. They started to get under them, and those were some legit hits. But I'm seeing some heat from McGrath, so we'll have some excitement here in the top 4.
And it's almost been, the bottom half of Chatham's order too was kind of putting the ball in play. The bottom half of the order for both teams kind of making things happen here.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
Well, Shane, tell us what it's like, how the season's gone for the Mustangs.
We had a tight game with you guys, extra innings with Chatham earlier in the year. 2 very, close teams, and we knew you guys were pretty good just from our dealings with you guys last year. We lost 5 solid starters, and Ian Kaiser was the conference player of the year a couple of years ago, so he's at Binghamton now. So we do have some starters back. Christian Zerlo, this number 25 who's up now, he's a 4-year starter for us. He's a senior. He actually played club ball this summer with Trent Jenks and with my sons. All 4 of them played on the Morris County Cubs.
Cool.
Together, so they spent a lot of time together this summer.
He's out there hacking. He's got some runners to drive in. So first pitch swinging, fouled it back.
Yeah, Christian has always been the last few years he was our 8-9 hitter, and that 9 hitter really sets up the top of the order. But he's batting. I think he's batting over 320 right now. He's been hot recently.
It's a good time to be up there.
Yeah.
over the top curve.
Yeah, and you might even see Christian on the mound. Christian can play any position on the field. You can put him at catcher, you can put him at pitcher, and he's started at shortstop tonight. But when my son Logan pitches, he'll often go to right field. He can play anywhere on the field. Really athletic kid.
Well, I like his size.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the trend has been to move your strong hitters in the 1 and 2 spots, and that's what Stangs are doing today. Over the top curve, grounded past the first baseman, fielded second, runs back to first to get the out. So athletic play by the first baseman. Regno to recover from that ball, and they were able to get Zurillo at first. Run comes in, and it's a tie game. On the replay, that ball is getting past first base, and Regno jumps back up, and they get him by a step.
It looked like Trent was set up outside, and I think Christian kind of sensed it and just slapped it to the right side. Pretty much all you can do with that.
Could have hoped to get on, but there was a good defense to get him. First pitch is a curveball for strike one. It's second and third, and 2 outs. Going right at the hitter. Fouled back, fastball.
We got Joe Agnoli up here. Joe is a senior. He got in, started a few games last year, and did a little pinch running the year before that. But he has done a tremendous job. He started out like the 5-6 spot in our order, and they moved him up to number 2 because I think he's batting like 350 right now. He's really been on a hot streak. Joe's father played college ball at Virginia Tech, walked on at Virginia Tech, and was a relief pitcher for Virginia Tech many years back. So he's got baseball in the blood.
These are the hitters the Stangs want up with runners on base. One runner has come in this inning. That's driven into the ground, 2 hops to second, and they get him by a step. Good speed, but they got him, and they get out of the inning, leaving 2 on base. There was a run on 2 hits, and that game tied up the game.
Yeah.
And
New ball game here.
We have it all even. Shane, so I got to ask, has Montville played in Somerset before?
We have not, no.
So what was it like thinking about this game and anticipation?
Yeah, this is great. I was talking to Ken Jensen. I guess Chatham does this pretty much every year, or did it every year except the COVID years. But yeah, we have not played here before. I don't think my boys have ever played here before. They've we played at the Rockland Stadium once, where the Rockland Boulders are. But this is great. I mean, we pass by here all the time, and we're going to Diamond Nation, and I've come to games here. And it's funny. Christian Zerlo's father was telling me that he has a picture of Christian, Hunter, and Logan, our numbers 1, 3, and 4 hitters, that they were here exactly 8 years to the day, and he took them to a Somerset Patriots game, and they were getting autographs from the players, and now they're on the field. So pretty cool for these kids. Great experience.
Gosh, that's symbolic. That is an omen. I mean, what a thrill! And
yeah,
I think the.
So my boys obviously are twins, and Logan's always been number 12. He loves Aaron Rodgers, so he's always been number 12. And Hunter was always 42 because he loved Mariano Rivera. But when they played at the Diamond Jacks at Diamond Nation, there was already somebody that had that number. So he just said, you know what, I'll take the mirror image of my brother. And none of the coaches like that because it just made it more confusing to try and tell them apart. But the 42 was a little easier. But yeah, so they go with 12 and 21 now.
Well, I've been able to tell them apart because of their uniforms.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I need you.
Yeah.
To help me. But
last year, Logan always wore the long pants as well. But last year, Ian Kaiser, who was a Division I commit, he talked Logan into going with the short pants with the long socks there, and he stuck with it. So.
Well, the style matters. Tunney in the box for Chatham, leading off. He scored in the second inning, and it's 1-0 bottom 4, no outs. Fastball by him. So tell us a little bit about our pitcher tonight.
Yeah,
today.
so Hirsch Parikh, he he really came on the scene last year. Had a tremendous sophomore year. He's a junior, big kid. Has kind of like that sidearm release.
Ooh, it's a rip. That's going to be the first ball that gets over the outfield. It gets past the center fielder. Fields it on a hop. Makes a wonderful throw. But standing with a double is Tunney. That is the most dynamic hit of the game so far. Almost reached it in center. That was Hunter, but man, he grabbed it on a bounce, and that would have held a runner from first from scoring if that had been the case. But as it is, it's a leadoff double.
Yep. Yeah, right in between Hunter and Logan. It seems like the right center area kind of comes out a little bit there. That might be the deepest part of the park there. And,
it is, but
Tunney
was not near the warning track, but there was plenty of room.
Yeah.
Squaring around is Hodges, and Parikh starts him off outside. I'm a little surprised about the bunt. I don't think that's. I think that's just for show, but we got a leadoff man in second. You can see Hodges swinging away.
In a tight game with no outs and a runner on second, they might be trying to move him.
Pulling him back again. So 2-0. 2-0, no outs.
And where are they at in their order here?
On deck is Shishansky, is the ninth hitter.
So they're at 8. Okay.
Parikh still throwing hard, squaring around, is wanting to bunt, pulled it back.
Yeah, so I was talking about Hirsch.
Took a strike.
He, as a sophomore, really came in some big spots for Montville last year when we were making our run to the state sectional finals. He did a great job, and he came in. I think he pitched like maybe the 7th and 8th inning when we were in extra innings against Morris Knowles in the state sectional final, and he's been in some pressure situations before.
Those are big moments here, so he's probably ready for the Somerset setting, and he has proven very solid. The 2 runs that came in, they were helped by some hit by pitches and some seeing eye grounders. So we're squaring around again as Hodges, 2-1, pulled it back again, and that's strike 2. You got to wonder if he was just showing bunt.
Yeah.
That was really done more to intimidate the pitcher than to lay one down. And with 2 strikes, he's going to be swinging. So that seemed to be more of a decoy.
You know, sometimes as a pitcher, when you see that you're in your windup and you see that bunt, it can fluster you a bit. But maybe that's what they were trying to do.
That is what I've been known to do that myself. Flustering the pitcher is my middle name. So let's bring it back to the field. We're just 3-2, and Hodges is ready for a pitch to hit. Parikh has no more pitches to waste. There's a man on second with 1 out. Bottom 4. That was over the plate and skied to first base.
It's Joe Agnoli.
Under that is Agnoli, and makes the second out. So the decoy bunt did get it to 3-2, but got the pitch and was not able to get a hit with it. So we are down to 2 outs. Back to the top of the order. No, that's Shishansky at the bottom of the order, and I got it wrong. So it's 1 out, and Shishansky's up, 1 out, man on second.
Still could see a bunt here.
I would not expect it. Low, 1-0. There's some speed at second. I saw Tunney. He was going earlier in the game. And so they're paying some attention. Oh, that's wild. So we're going to get the runner over to third, and he may take a turn. He did not look to take a turn. He was happy with just staying at third. Parikh's covering the plate. Time is called, so runners advanced to third. There's 1 out, man on third. Shishansky up with a 2-0 count. Shane, how long do you think we could expect Parikh to stay on the mound today.
You know, he did pitch a few innings on Friday in our pre-quarterfinal win over Roxbury. I think he might have went 2 innings. So, you know, this might be maybe this inning or the next inning might be all he does here.
Big moment here with the lead run on third. Fouled back, so Parrick realizing it's 2-0, and he's facing the 9th hitter. He's going to come in with it. 2-1. The infield is in. So they'd like to hold them and keep this game tied. Outfield, medium depth. Shasansky in a big moment.
And in this scenario, I turn to that big backstop. I mean, that can be a difference maker, right? For high school, that's a big difference between the catcher and the wall.
Oh, he's going to get it in the outfield. That will score the raise. Waiting for it to drop. It drops in front of the left fielder, Del Judas. Even if he caught it, that would have scored the runner. As it is, it's a hit for Shasansky and an RBI. Chatham retakes the lead at 3-2. Clutch hit.
Yeah, that was Nick Del Judice in left field. He's a junior from Montville. He was pretty much in competition for that left field job, and he's done a good job with it defensively over the last 10 games or so.
He gave that ball a good run and didn't let it get by him. He grabbed it on the hop, short hop. Did that one hit him? We got time called, so we call a foul ball, not a hit by pitch. So, yeah, well, third base coach wants to see if Carls is okay, and he waves him off. It really did hit the knob of the bat instead of
it bounced quite a bit, right?
Well, he would be shaking his fingers if it hit his fingers. So he fouled it off with the knob of the bat. Can you imagine if that went fair? That would have been an interesting play. 0-1, 1 out. Man on first, Shasansky. From the stretch, Parrick. That looked close.
Still only 1 out, too, and you have a really dangerous hitter on deck here. One of the most dangerous in North Jersey here. He can hit the ball, that's for sure.
That hits the outside corner. Nice pitch for strike 1. Do you think Parrick will finish the inning? Is he on a pitch count?
I think they might have him face Trent Jenks, and we'll see what happens. I mean, that could be the deciding factor. I know Trent has not gotten a hold of one tonight, but all it takes for one swing of the bat, he's got tremendous power.
That'll be a big moment. 1-2, and he hits the corner for strike 3. I had the count wrong. Sorry, but that was a nicely placed third strike. That's 2 down. It's Jenks and Parrick.
I see both Hunter and Logan just walking backwards. They know who's up, and they're in center and right field, and they're backing up to. They know what kind of power he has. Trent was pretty much their best buddy on their club team this year. It was pretty much Trent in center field and Hunter in left field and Logan in right, so they know he can hit the ball.
Right, so Jenks is going to be looking for those gaps. The speed in this outfield could be important at keeping that runner on first from scoring. That runner will be going on the swing. And there's 2 down in the bottom 4. That's a nice slider for strike 1.
That was a nice framing job. Chase Tarnoff as a catcher for Montville did a good job there.
And the outside strike has been a thing tonight.
Yeah. A lot of high school pitchers live on that outside corner, you know.
It's a good place to live. Good place to live, and the umps kind of invite that, I think, which is helpful.
Our coach, Danny Diorio, you know, he spent the last 8 years coaching at Chatham, and he loves coming inside. He often likes that inside fastball, and but it's like they're with the way Hirsch's pitches, he's a sidearm relief, and they almost sweep across the plate, so that he'll come inside and outside. But it's tough to get a hold of one of his pitches when it just kind of sweeps across the plate. Chase Tarnoff might catch it 2 inches off the plate to the right, but it really did cross the plate.
I also saw him K Regno on an up and in fastball. So that is a very effective. He's also hit 3 batters tonight.
Correct.
So
that's the downside of coming inside.
Challenge with the up and in fastball.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I mean, I think he should be using one of those against Jenks to keep him from diving out over the plate. Jenks does stand close to the plate. That one's on the middle, and it's ripped into the hole. So that's a single for Jenks. No runner stops at second. So I think that's a result that Chatham will be happy with. I don't think Montville will be that unhappy with it.
No, I'll take that. I'll take that. With to hold him to a single is a win, I think.
The coach coming out from Montville and not coming for Parrick, just giving some instructions to the catcher. While the hitter Maximov is having a long chat with the third base coach.
Yeah, this is a big spot. 2 outs, runners on first and second. You got your 3-hitter up. It's a big spot.
Yeah, going the distance here is Parrick. He wants to keep the score at 3-2. Outfield staying deep for Maximov. Oh, another hit by pitch. He was gunning for a fast one, and that one got away. So that'll be the 4th hit batter of the day, and that'll load him up with 2 out. Brings up Regno, the cleanup hitter. I don't see him warming up for the Stangs.
No, nobody in the pen.
This is Parrick's inning. There's the pen. You got your zeroed right in, and it is void.
Well, Montville's next pitcher might be at shortstop. I think Zerlo might be coming in next.
Do they give him extra warm-ups if he's coming in from the field?
Yeah, now Christian Zerlo, you can see him talking to Trent. You had Trent and Christian Zerlo and my 2 sons all played ball together with the Morris County Cubs, and I'll tell you what, that was a tough team to beat. You had James Clavin from Randolph, who's going to Miami. Trent got recruited and is going to Hofstra. And, Luke Dickerson played for us a couple of games, but Colin Richter played for us as well. I mean, that team was. My youngest son is in 7th grade, and he saw the lineup before the first tournament. He's like, "Oh my gosh, he's like, Dad, this team is stacked." It was like a Morris County all-star team, and but yeah, the 4 of those guys really hung out together a lot, and we didn't see them lose that much this summer. That's for sure.
2 close pitches, did not get the calls, and it's 2-0. There's no place to put Regno with the bases loaded. 2 outs. This is a dramatic point in the game. Oh, he went with the off speed and got the strike. So a little bit of compensation, I think. That one was a little high, and he deserved that call, and it's 2-1. So this is a moment where I think Regno will be swinging anything close. That is not close, and it's 3-1. Okay, taking a little extra time, Parrick. He's got to come in at 3-1. Bases loaded.
Yeah, this is a big pitch.
2
right
outs, bottom 4, 3-2 Chatham. Inside again, almost hit him. Didn't matter because that's ball 4. Parrick lost him, and Chatham walks home with the 4th run. And we might see a pitching change here. Parrick has been an Iron Man tonight, and he gave a lot. The infield is huddling around. And Shane, you say Zurlo is the next man up.
That's my guess. Christian was, all conference honorable mention last year as a junior, as a pitcher. Really came in relief quite a bit. Like I said, you can put him anywhere on the field that you want to, but throws a lot of strikes.
We gave him the pad again, so that's
Yeah.
the second trip and the second go get him from the manager. That means Parrick is going to finish this inning, he hopes. He's going to be facing Federo. A hitter, he has a single in the second and struck out in the third.
Yeah, Hirsch has got to be, I would think this is probably going to be his last inning because, like I said, he did a great job on Friday night, shut down Roxbury in the later innings, and got a couple of days rest over the weekend.
Fastball down the middle popped up. Second baseman calling for it. Tedesco squeezes it, and the inning is over. Chatham scores a run. I think there was one hit and a few walks and a hit by pitch. That left the bases loaded. 4-2 Chatham after 4.
That I've heard is legal to do that. Yeah,
Right.
and there's been a lot of talk amongst our parents' association that should we buy
That device.
Should we buy that?
Yeah.
I know there was a couple high schools in New Jersey that are doing the kind of earpiece to the catcher.
Okay. Yeah, no, just real quick, let me recap.
Yeah.
So I asked the question. I thought I read that New Jersey approved the use of one-way communication,
Yeah,
bench coach to catcher.
yeah,
And so.
yeah. And I saw that. I saw an article in the paper. I think Glen Rock was the school that was using it, and I guess the coach has to be in the dugout for some reason when he's relaying in the pitch, and you still have to give a sign to the pitcher. I don't think the pitcher can be mic'd up and have an earpiece, but it looks like Christian Zurlo is heading to the bullpen. So yeah, he is. Looks like he'll be coming in. He just batted. Looks like Montville has 3, 4, 5 coming up. C.J. Tedesco, who caught that last fly ball, is the 5 hitter. He's a sophomore, very good football player as well. I think he was pretty much our starting defensive back, and is a good running back as well. He's definitely an athlete.
So while you're here, I want to show you something I kind of put together. So this is a video of the park here, okay?
Okay.
And I tried to overlay your field.
Oh, nice.
So it's probably, I'm not claiming to be 100% accurate, but I said earlier, the 402 in center, if somebody wants to go stand on the soccer kind of goal box, would be the equivalent.
Huh.
And so as I play this a little bit further, that is the Montville field on the right-hand
Yeah.
side. Is that Horse?
Right on Horseneck Road.
Horseneck, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that'll be the home for the county championships
Yeah.
for the Morris County baseball. The semis are this weekend at Del Barton. It'll be Chatham versus Morris Knowles, that Luke Dickerson name you mentioned, and
Yeah, they are loaded. We lost to them in 10 innings in the state sectional final
Right.
last year, and
Right.
they pretty much just lost one starter, Iber, who did hit a home run in that game. But, in the 10th inning, Luke Dickerson hit a walk-off home run against us, and they pretty much have the same team back. They are just loaded, so many hitters. It'll be an interesting matchup, though, because you got a pitcher like Trent Jenks, who, a Division I commit that facing that lineup. He'll be crafty. I don't know how much scoring they will do, but that'll be an interesting game. Trent will definitely have to navigate around 9 just good hitters. Yeah, and that field that we have is just, it's amazing. We love having that turf field, and it really is tremendous.
and lighted, right? That's a night game.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So there's a shot to left center.
Yeah, Hunter has been on a roll. He's I think he's batting like 455, something like that. A lot of doubles he's been hitting this year, kind of to that right, left center gap. But
All right. Why don't you talk us through if you want here with the. I'll hand it back to Phil.
Yeah, so we got Hunter's on first, Hunter Force, and then Logan Force is up.
Back to back. Oh, that gets past the center fielder and it's going to the wall. That is the first ball to reach the 402 sign. And heading around third. Coming around. Oh, he did not go for the inside the park. Home. Oh, Tedesco. Sorry, that was Logan.
That was Logan, yes.
Holy cow, the Force brothers with Dad on the mic. That is a moment. Shane.
Yeah, that was a shot.
Give it to us, man. You guys, that's some force.
You know that Logan, that you were talking about our field, and Logan has, I think, like 3 triples and 2 home runs, and many of them are at our field. If he can just get it over the center fielder's head on our field and our turf, the ball just rolls. So that didn't quite get over the center fielder's head, but. It had a tail on it, too. It was coming back to the right. So I think Hunter was pretty much running on contact, which was pretty risky because maybe he was kind of holding up at second a bit. But
it was a little risky, and it paid off. Whoa, that one just got past the
center fielder. Yeah, it was tight.
I mean, you got to tell me, man, that was 2 pitches in a row. That is just like electric for the Stangs. That's why those 2 hitters are 3-4.
And it's interesting that a lot of times many coaches don't put Hunter and Logan at right back to back. I think this year even Trent was batting in between them most of the summer. Trent Jenks was batting in between them just because if one of them strikes out, it's a little emotional and you don't want the other one to get down. But yeah, most of this year they've been either 2-3 or 3-4, and it's. With both of them batting over like 430, it's been helpful to us, And CJ Tedesco, I think he started out like 7 or 8 in the lineup, but he's been hitting the ball hard with power, and he's been driving them in a lot of in the last few games that we've had. He's done a great job.
I'd say, Mike, if we had to pick a dad to come and join us at this game, we found the right one at the right time. Holy cow! I'm as a Chatham resident, I'm glad there's only 2 Force brothers on that team.
Well, there's one more coming, but he's in 7th grade, so you got a little bit more time for that. But
well, there's still some Force to be reckoned with at third, so we're gonna see if he can be the tying run, and he's got a good chance of coming home. He's on third with no out, but we have a new pitcher, Drew Spees. The fourth look for Chatham, and now a lefty. So there's a lot of adjustments required from Montville.
yeah.
I don't know if there's a knuckler in the pen or someone who's ambidextrous, but we're on to the 4th Chatham pitcher, and this game is back and forth.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, to have 2 teams like this in a tough conference and having, Chatham obviously being in the semifinals of the Morris County tournament is no easy accomplishment. I mean, that's just tough. This is going to be a good one, that's for sure. Don't leave early because you never know what's going to happen until the last out on this game.
Spees has a lot of fans who they just howled at that opening strike. 0-1. That's another one. Did not catch the inside corner, so it's 1-1. Infield is back, so Chatham's playing to concede the tying run with no outs. I can understand that.
And the first baseman's
first baseman in, but yeah.
Interesting. Shortstop's deep, second baseman's deep.
That's a slow one that bounced in, 2-1.
That easily could have gotten by a catcher, but when you have a Division I commit there, I mean, he's been gobbling up everything tonight. Trent's been tremendous behind the plate.
Nothing has gotten past, and he made a nice catch on a foul fly.
Yeah, he did.
Did not take a false step.
Yeah.
Straight to the ball. That went over the mound and swing and a miss. Drops out a Jenks' glove not far enough for the runner to advance. It's 2-2. No outs. Tedesco, the number 5 hitter.
Yeah, CJ has played a little bit of shortstop for us, but over the last few weeks, Christian Zerlo's been at short, and he comes to second. But he's
Curveball. Ooh, just got a piece. So he got some movement on Spice's curve, and he's going to try to get the K. Otherwise, chances are that run's going to come in. Inside, almost hit him. Ball 3.
You know, it seems like his ball's kind of coming right at that right-handed batter. That's a tough ball to hit. Sweeping across the plate, coming right at your hands. It's not easy.
3-2, no outs. Curveball did not catch the corner, and Tedesco will trot down to first.
Nick Del Giudice, the left fielder, is a junior, tremendous athlete. He was he did attend St. Peter's prep and came back last year and had to sit those 30 days, I guess. So didn't play a ton last year, but just a tremendous athlete, very quick.
First and third, move to first. So what does Montville like to do with a first and third?
Well, normally they'll steal, but I'll tell you what, you've got to respect. I mean, Trent threw somebody out earlier in the game from behind the plate. That arm, he's got a strong arm. I don't know if I'd play around with it.
Can we expect Logan to make a dash for home if Trent makes the throw?
Yeah, I mean, that could happen. Two buddies having a collision at the plate. I really wouldn't want to see that, but not with 3 weeks to go in the season. But yeah, we could see that.
I might think with no outs, Logan might want to be a little conservative, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but
Tedesco's probably one of the quickest, athletes that we have on the team. Like I said, great, good defensive back and a good football player. He's got speed.
So it's a good situation for the Stangs. It's 1-0, no outs, first and third, tying run on third. Comes in nice.
That was a good framing job by Jenks. Really good framing job.
And a nice change up, and that got over. So it's 1-1. I think with 1-1 or 2-1, I think Tedesco might be going. They caught him leaning, and there's going to be a pickoff play, first and third. And they're going to go to third, coming home, and Force comes home. They took advantage. Chatham misplayed that, unfortunately, and Logan came home with the tying run.
We got a new ball game again. What a game!
So check out this replay is going to show they caught Tedesco leaning. So they had him between first and second, caught Logan off, and instead of throwing ahead of him, they threw behind, and that gave Logan plenty of
as soon as he saw
time.
the release, I think he took off as soon as that ball came out of his hand.
It's like no chance because that's across the diamond. You kind of want to go in front of the runner at that point. Yeah. So fouled back here is Del Giudice. He doesn't have a run to drive in, but yes, he does now that Tedesco's on second. So now we have the lead run on second with no outs. And it's first and second in the top of the fifth. Yeah. So Chatham's going to be playing to get the batter. 1-2. That one did not hit the batter, so it's 2-2.
Yeah, Nick Del Giudice, like I said, great athlete. He, I think if he wanted to, he could play basketball for Montville too. He doesn't, but tremendous athlete.
It's a strike three, and he is out at first, but that allows the runner to advance to third. So Jenks blocked it, but he didn't catch it, and that allowed the runner to advance. So that's important advance with one out. Now he can score on a fly ball, and the infield is coming in.
I was thinking they might bunt there. I guess that's pretty much the equivalent. What just happened there, you know? Pretty close.
Good point. Good point.
Chatham's got everybody in now. Chase Tarnoff has good power at the plate. He last week against Jefferson, he opened up the game, hit a ball over the center field fence. He's got good power when he connects. That was like a 3-run home run, and pretty much that was the difference in the game with Jefferson. Chase also came over from Seton Hall Prep. He was 2.5 years at Seton Hall Prep. Him and Brody Frecker pretty much left the same week, the same day, when they found out that they weren't going to be playing at Seton Hall Prep. And Brody, if you know him, he's over at Morris Knowles. Tremendous hitter, tremendous power. And so Brody went to Morris Knowles, and Chase came back to Montville, and the two of them ended up. Because I think they never had started a varsity game, they didn't have to sit the 30 days, so both of them started playing right away. And Brody had just a tremendous year. He committed to George Washington. But the two of them are good buddies, and they left Seton Hall Prep pretty much the same week last year at the beginning of the season.
That one got past, and we got a hit by pitch.
Oh, it hit him.
So that would have allowed the runner to score, and in a way that hit by pitch helps Chatham.
That's almost a break for Chatham, yeah. It
Because that got past Jenks, and that's going to put runners at first and third with one out. We're coming to the 8th hitter, Hedenberg, the DH. There's going to be a runner for Tarnoff.
Jake Volpe, yeah. Good speed, tremendous speed, good base runner. He's a junior, but he's been a pinch runner since his freshman year, and he's been in some really big spots.
Can Tarnoff come back in the game?
Yeah, and I think because he's a catcher, they can courtesy run for him.
All right, we're going to see some action on the bases from Montville. If we got some speed at first, that last third play looked like Chatham was going to catch Montville, and it turned into a great play for the Stangs. So Montville's trying to make that happen again. Slide step, low, 2-0. So some special attention by Spies to the runners, and he's got a lot to think about on the mound.
This is a tough spot, too, because you got a lefty pitcher with a good move. You got a Division I catcher.
That's a beautiful curve dropped in.
You got great speed at first. Be interesting to see what the coaches decide to do here. Will Trent throw down to second if he goes? And
I think there'll be a pump fake, and we'll see what how the response at third base.
It's got a good move. I think he pretty much caught CJ earlier, right? He had that move, and CJ just took off for second.
Well, CJ is the speed at third right now.
Yep.
So we had the same situation 1 out ago, and Logan Force scored the tying run. Now CJ Tedesco on third is looking for something to happen at first. Getting back was Volpe.
Yeah, Volpe, he, 2 years ago, Montville was in the county semifinals and in a tight game against Randolph, and it was just such a big game. You had, Ian Kaiser versus James Clavin, and Clavin didn't pitch much that game, but he pitched 2 innings, and Volpe was in that game running. I mean, he's been in big spots, and he was a freshman at the time, and that kind of raised my eyebrows, but he's tremendous, good speed. Plays in the field kind of here and there when Logan Force pitches a bit. He gets in the outfield, but very experienced runner.
2-1, not going. 2-2. That is a very popular pitch to run on, and Montville kept it tight. It's 2-2. Hedenberg, the DH.
Yeah, Tyler is a backup catcher. Tyler Hedenberg is a backup catcher, and he...
slow one, and it bounces in. Jenks snags it, and it's a full count.
He's got good power as well. I believe he hit a home run against Roselle Catholic. He's got good power and good experience as well. He got a lot of at-bats and played a lot of catcher last year in our run to the state sectional final.
Okay, full count. The runner will likely be going here. And he comes back to, and Spies gets the K. That is a clutch strikeout.
And
for
I
the
think
Cougars.
that's a big catch by Jenks too, because he tipped that. And,
We're going to check the replay here, and so we'll get a replay here, and we'll see how if the ump calls a foul tip or not.
And what's Blue saying?
Yes,
Yeah, he
it
did.
was, and it was caught.
And
So
that was
thank
low.
you,
Yeah, that's
Trent Jenks,
tremendous.
for your dexterity. We have meeting at the mound. It's first and third. There are 2 outs. Andre Milsoukas, the freshman, is waiting to hit.
Yeah, you give this kid a few years. I mean, he'll be spending his whole month of July traveling to Alabama and to Georgia with the Diamond Jacks. His parents kind of will cater to him in that schedule, but it gives him tremendous experience. So he's been in some big spots already. I know he's a freshman, but this kid's going to be really tough in a few years. That's for sure.
Here we are now. Another scoring situation for the Stangs. Spies. Ball 1 to Milsoukas.
To give you a little bit of idea, we were doing indoor cages this winter, and the boys were picking teams, and both of my sons were captains. And second pick was Andre as a freshman. He was, they were
Going.
no throw.
Stealing second without a throw.
So this whole team respects his talent. They know he can swing the bat. He's at that 9 spot for a reason. He really could be a leadoff or a number 2 hitter, but.
Volpe down at second is with Tedesco at third. Those 2 runners represent the threat of Montville taking the lead. We are in the top 5th in a tie game. Spies, it's ripped to left, but moving under it, now coming in, and he drops in front. It was a misplay in left field. That allowed 2 runs to score.
I wonder if he lost that in the lights. It looks like he might have.
That's a tough one. And
that was up there.
That's a new field to contend with.
Yeah, that was a moonshot.
Sounded pretty powerful, and the runner, my voice sounded like it was going back, and so did the fielder. It was a misplay, but Hodges is fielded it on a bounce. Too late to get the runners at second and third. That was a 2-run single for Milsoukas.
Now it doesn't get easier. You got the top of the order with Christian Zurlo, who's just a good base hit hitter. He just knows where to place it on the field. He's a really good hitter.
I think that's just a settle down moment. That's a frustrating play for Chatham. We're getting a new pitcher too, so it's more than that. Spies is done for the evening.
Got another lefty though.
We're going to rely on Mike for an ID on our pitcher. You give us a moment, we'll get that.
This has got to be, challenging for Chatham. I know, when we were playing last week, we didn't really want to use a pitcher too much just because of what you have coming. And I know Trent threw, I think.
It's Justin Zigon, who is the pitcher who got the save on Saturday.
Wow.
And he's back in, trying to hold the score at 6-4. Remember, we're in the 5th. We've got 2.5 innings beyond this. Montville has 4 runs in, and this has been a very productive inning, started by Hunter Force and Logan Force, a single and a triple. We're going to hand this off to Mike.
Mr. Forrest, I'd love to get your opinion of, in baseball, it's a little different than other sports having this mid-season tournament, right? You have pitchers that can't continue to pitch.
Yeah.
This was basketball, lacrosse, whatever.
Yeah.
You don't have that impact. Your opinion, is it good or is it just a challenge?
I'll tell you what, I love the Morris County tournament. I love it. I think it's such a great event. I love the fact that we host the final. It's an amazing tournament. I'll tell you what, I think it's great that we have it, and I think the timing of it is ideal. And yeah, it puts pressure on teams now, but the Bergen County does their county tournament at the same time as the sectionals, and Montville has benefited tremendously from that. The last 2 years, Old Tapan, there's another good throw. That's a really good throw from Jenks. That was close. But Bergen County does theirs like a week later, and Old Tapan, I can't remember the kid's name, but they had a kid that was going to Vanderbilt the last couple years, and they chose to use him against Bergen Catholic 2 years in a row to win their county tournament. There's a shot by Christian Zerlo.
Over the shoulder,
Yeah.
Jashansky there with the putout. But no, sorry, continue.
No, but yeah, I like the way that we do it, and the final is on May 16th, and we're done, and then the sectionals start. I think Bergen County does theirs a little too late. I don't want to tell them because it's benefited us. And last year, Roxbury beat Old Tapan because in the quarterfinals of the sectional, because the pitcher from Old Tapan pitched against Bergen Catholic. They didn't have their best pitcher, and Roxbury upset them, and then we beat Roxbury in the state sectional semis. So I think Morris County does it right. It is a lot. When you're playing 4 and 5 games a week, it's challenging. You better be deep at pitcher to make it through it, and you better be hitting at the right time. But, Chatham has done well. The last 2 years to make it to the semifinals of the county is just tremendous. It's a great atmosphere. You go to the semifinals. My boys were able to play there as sophomores and be in the semifinals at Delbart, and they have a beautiful natural grass field. It's really good for these kids. A good environment. Never been able to get to the county finals, but I remember my boys watching Jack Leiter and Anthony Volpe. Against Connor Stain. Everyone forgets that Connor Stain was pitching for West Morris, and he just got drafted in like the 5th round last year. So, I have a picture of my boys watching that game, and that was just with scouts from like every major league team watching both Leiter and Volpe. It was incredible. So we love hosting it. We'd love to play in that final more, but Montville hasn't played in the Morris County final in about 20 years. But, yeah, we love the tournament. I think it's great.
Yeah, there's been a lot of talent that's come. I'm drawing a blank. Is the pitcher from Roxbury that went to Notre Dame?
Yeah, Finley.
Yeah,
you're right.
I actually did that game and to
did
see
you?
that.
Yeah. That was not. I remember that was not good weather. It was
correct. It was
raining
cold.
And,
yeah.
But you because of the turf, you really can't have that anywhere else other than maybe Mount Olive. Mount Olive's got a beautiful turf field now.
Wow.
They have an amazing.
I don't want to jinx anything, but the FDU field in Madison.
Oh yeah, that's a nice one as well.
Kind of.
Yeah, they had the All-Star game there a few years ago. I guess last year they had it at Skylands, but the end of the year, the underclassmen All-Star game that I know Trent Jenks played in, Hunter played in a couple of years ago.
Okay, welcome back to the bottom of the 5th. Parrick is still on the mound, and Chatham is behind for the 2nd time in the game. It's 6-4.
Yeah, we know that Christian Zerlo warmed up a bit in the bullpen, so his arm is warm, but he's still at shortstop.
Okay, so Montville gearing up for the last 3 innings, trying to close it out. Gavin Drum facing 2 sweet fastballs. It's 0-2.
That was a nice rest for Parikh. He got a little break in the dugout, but you never know what that does for the arm if it was too long.
Oof. Up tight. Catcher wanted it. Ball 1. 1-2. Yes, I'm still coming down from that last inning. Started with some explosive hits, and it ended with a over-the-shoulder catch by Shasansky to keep the score 6-4. That was very clutch. Another fastball skied to short right. Right fielder camped under it. One down. Seems like Chatham needs to spark something. They kind of had the momentum and the fire a lot of this game, but gotta say the Force brothers really turned the momentum around and turned that into a big inning for the Stangs. We are contending with getting the ending part of the game, and it's 6-4.
We got a long way to go. This one, going 9 or 10 innings last time, but these two teams, this is going to be a dogfight till the end. I feel like.
I can't stay for 9 or 10. Okay. That's outside 2-0. Well, then we'll rely on our friends to keep us updated on Major League playoff games. This game is a little more exciting right now. Tunney has been speed demon on the bases. He's been on twice, and he's trying to get on a third time. And backed away from that, 3-0. He has caused disruption to the battery when he's been on the bases, and he's hit a double and scored twice, I think. That one's inside corner, 3-1. Parik's trying to battle back. I think it's 3-1, not 2-1, but we'll find out soon. Popped up, the infield, the second baseman calling for it. Nope, shortstop's there. Zurlo for the second out.
And that's just the senior taking charge right there. That probably could have been the second baseman's ball, but that's just a 4-year starter right there, being a captain and stepping up. And Christian is a really good, hard worker, smart student in school. He's going to University of Wisconsin next year. He took charge there.
Hodges up. 2 down, no outs. 2 down and no one on. Think Hodges could bunt for a hit here? Is that in his game? He's not bunting, and he foul tip, 1-1. Chatham's starting quarterback in the Falls, and he's on the playing baseball, and he got jammed a little bit. It's a fly to center. Reeled in by Hunter Force. 1-2-3 inning. I'd say Perrick would be very happy with that. Montville holds serve. 6-4 after 5. It's an official game, but the weather's not threatening. We're going 7, if not longer.
Yeah, I thought there could be rain here, but it's held off nicely. It's a beautiful night. Fantastic.
You know, the only thing that make this night better is someone bring me a hot dog.
They got a delivery from Papa John's in the Montville section before, but
you're really killing me now. You can't eat cheese. You know, that's okay. I got my bottle of water. That'll get me going. That'll keep me going because we got 2 more innings to go.
Montville will start off with 2-3-4. Joe Agnoli coming up. Joe's going to the University of Pittsburgh in the fall.
There's some good prospects for those Stangs after school, after high school.
Yep.
I like that. I guess we're not going to get a 7th inning stretch if this game ends in 7, huh? If it goes extra innings, we'll get to stretch. Zig on is on. He's the 5th or 6th Chatham pitcher. 6th. We've had a lot of hurlers. This has been a bullpen game.
How many pitchers did Chatham use on Saturday? Because that was extra innings with Mendham, too, wasn't it?
It was 3, right?
Was it 3? Yeah. I know when Montville played Chatham last time, we went 9 or 10 innings. That really affected the rest of our week to use all those pitchers. It's not easy to go extra innings in a tight game.
It's going to affect the rest of my week, too. It's Monday. Zigon's going to try to tame Stanks. Agnoli. First ball swinging to center. Shasansky right there. That pitch was low. He made good contact. We're seeing a little bit more contact as the game goes on. Brings us to the first of the force. Hunter with Logan on deck.
Funny to see Hunter and Trent joking around. Trent would not give Agnoli spat.
Outside, 1-0.
I think he's getting down to business now, but they were laughing before.
Slow, slurvy, inside, low, and inside for 1-1. Gets 2-0. Okay. Right on that fastball. Fouled back. Got to be a lot of confidence in the box after what they put on display last inning. 21, Hunter Force, center fielder. 2-2. That's low.
It's a good scoop.
3-1. Sorry,
good scoop.
2-1. I don't think he wants a walk here. I can see him hacking. That's not a hittable pitch. He's taking a trip to first.
Well, with how hot Hunter's been, I was hoping he wouldn't throw him a ball. I was hoping he'd give him a strike to hit. But
obviously, Shane, with you in the booth, we want to see some running, not some walking. We got another Force brother in there. That's Logan. So how did you name your sons? I mean, what was that?
Hunter, my wife wanted Hunter, and she actually wanted Luke. She wanted it to be Hunter and Luke, but we thought Logan might get teased in school if it was, too much Star Wars, with the Luke Force thing, So we went with Hunter and Logan. So and we didn't know who was going to be born first, so my wife said, who's ever born first is going to be Hunter, and then the next one's going to be Logan. So
did you name? Whoa, Logan again! Oh God, that's the second ball going to the wall. He's fast and he's steaming around second. He's going to stay up at third. He wants to score. He stopped, stumbled. That's another triple, and the Force brothers are giving it to Chatham in force. My goodness. Another single, another base runner triple combo to start an inning.
It looked like that was outside corner, and he just
second ball going to the wall. I'd say they have ordered the Force brothers in the order properly. Hunter with setting the table, and Logan cleaning things up.
It's interesting. At the beginning of the year, Logan started out really hot in our scrimmages. He went in our scrimmages, I think he went 9 for 12 with 2 out of the park. And then he got cold at our first few games and didn't hit much. So we had him at 2 and Hunter at 3. And then he started to heat up after the 4th or 5th game, I think right about the time when we played Chatham. So, and then Joe Agnoli got hot, so they moved Agnoli to 2, which we really needed someone to get on base before to have Christian and Joe Agnoli getting on base. And with Christian, Zerlo, and Joe Agnoli batting over 300 now, this first 4 has been really dangerous.
Yeah, tonight it's been the 3rd and the 4th of those 4 who have done the damage. And Chatham has seen enough of the force. Fouled off, chasing it, and not getting there.
Yeah, it's bittersweet to be here. The Hunter and Logan, were with Trent Jenks on that Cubs team, and six of the kids from that Morris County Cubs team committed to Division I, including Richter and Clavin. Clavin from Randolph was actually committed to James Madison, decommitted during the summer, and then committed to Miami. But Hunter and Logan did not get any of those Division I offers. They got offers from, each of them got 2 offers from Division III schools. So I told them, I said, hey, you guys just go out there and prove everyone wrong. They have committed to go to Penn State, but Penn State is not interested in them for baseball. So they turned down the Division III offers. So I said, you guys just got to play with a vengeance and show everyone that you really do belong at Division I. But thank God tonight's a good one.
Fighting things off and keeping the count at 1-2. Zigon comes in and gets him with an inside changeup, and that's the second out. So Chatham trying to leave Logan at third. Del Judice is in with 2 out. It's 7-4 Montville. Change up, low and outside.
That's a tough pitch. Trent Jenks is setting up outside, and they're looking at that outside corner. And that last strike to Tedesco, he came inside. It's tough right at your hands. Not easy to hit.
It was effective. That one's a little low, and it's 2-0. I think Chatham's eager to get back at the plate, and Zigon's trying to hold him at 7-4. That's a nice changeup for strike one. If you can get through the 2 Force brothers with 1 run, I guess you could call that getting out of it. But it's not over yet. The Force at third. That's a check swing. Strike
close.
2.
Yeah, they called it.
I think
close.
that was a strike.
Yeah.
So that's 2-2. No more bunting. Infield is back, looking for a fieldable third out. Another slow one, dips low and in. Full count. Oh, and it gets away.
Oh.
Hit the batter on the foot. That's
wow.
the second time that Chatham was helped by a hit by pitch, because Logan Force was halfway down to ready to score. But as it is, it puts another runner on base, but it leaves Logan at third. So it's first and third, 2 out.
And normally I would say Montville's going to take off first or second pitch, but you got to respect the catcher here, who's got a cannon for an arm.
It's a little different with 2 outs, but in terms of this third play. Can get the guy at first before the runner crosses the plate. That'll be a way to.
And a lot of times
Get out of
Montville
it.
does try to purposely get that guy on first in a run down and see if the runner on third can score. Especially with a senior on third base who's been on the bases for a few years. He can kind of gauge that and take off.
Yeah, they worked that well earlier in the game. 2-0. That's a ground ball to short. Clean field and the Force at second. So only 1 run. Going to the bottom of the 6th. 2 more chances for Chatham. They're down 3, 7-4. Okay, so it's 8:20. It's dark out, and I'm sure there's other sports happening. Right here, Chatham's having a huddle. to fire themselves up as Zurlo is going to come on in relief.
They got 2 more chances to put some runners on and score. Christian Zurlo throws a lot of strikes.
That's Luke Regno who's doing the motivating on the field to give a little bit of incentive. It's a lot of work to do for the Cougars against Zurlo. Shane, what does Zurlo have to throw?
Good, probably, 80, 82 mile an hour fastball.
Come on, man, that's not fair.
He good curveball, good changeup. He he's been an accurate pitcher. I probably coached Christian in T-ball when he was in kindergarten, and he's always been able to pitch. He's always been accurate. Always thrown a lot of strikes. He's pretty good at keeping a low key kind of attitude on the mound and not getting too high or too low at any time.
Yeah, he's got some gas, and if you throw 82, why do you need a curveball or a changeup?
It's funny. We have you got Chase Tarnoff, who is catching now, and Christian Zurlo pitching, Hunter and Logan. So the 4 of those guys were on the same T-ball team, and it was co-ed at that point in Montville. And I was their coach, and my father would go to a lot of the games, and he's like, let me tell you something, you got 4 good players, but the best player, Christian Zurlo is a twin as well. He's a boy-girl twin, and his sister was the best out of all of them. So we got 4 of them here, and she doesn't play softball, but she was a tremendous T-ball player. These 4 have done great things, but
why can't we get her on this baseball team?
Right? I know.
But there's only 4 positions up the middle, and you got those 4 represented. You must have been a pretty dominant T-ball team.
We did well, yes. We did well.
Yeah.
A lot of trips for ice cream, after the game.
You do that if you lose, too. So, but, I'm sure the other teams were like, how come Shane got all those good players on the T-ball team? It's like he knew that's how you do it, Shane. All right? And the fruits continue. You got a senior and a junior, and they're enjoying their debut at Somerset Stadium. Oh boy!
A high fastball.
That's 2 strikes, and Shasansky is looking for a little extra.
Yeah, Christian's pretty good friends with James Clavin because they played together for a number of years. And Christian got he's very smart, very good student. Him and his sister, twin sister, very good students. And Christian had a really good package to go to Miami and was going to, but actually, got into Wisconsin. So really smart student. His sister's going to Vanderbilt. So this kid just a hard worker.
Those are some good choices for school. Congrats to Christian. Right now, he's going to have to deal with a little bit of gamesmanship on the Cougars. They have maybe requested he tuck his shirt in or something because the third base coach had a chat with the umpire. Shasansky stood aside, and the umpire had a word with Zurillo. So, Mike, you say it's tape on the finger, so maybe that's it. I don't think that's going to stop Zurillo from throwing some gas, and he strikes out. Shasansky looking, and that was dominant. Top of the order for Chatham, Carls. And I'm sure he's thinking this is going to be a challenge. Zurillo from the stretch. Oh, some gas inside. That's the first one that missed. That was close. 1-0. And he hasn't messed around with anything off speed yet. Sky to the right side, second baseman.
That's interesting. It looked like Joe Agnoli. That could have been his ball, but
That's
I think
a
he kind of
substituted
lost
second, by the way.
Yeah, that's Rich Matina.
Matina.
Yeah, Martina is, when Christian comes in to pitch, Martina will come in at second. Tedesco shifts over to third. Martina has started a lot of games for Montville, but he not starting this one, but he also plays for the Morris County Cubs as well, plays a lot. This is an interesting matchup here because Christian and Trent Jenks are pretty good friends. They played together all summer, like I said. So
That's a battle we want to see. I don't see any reason why Girillo won't come at him with strikes. That's a power on power. It's fouled off, straight back, 0-1. It's 2 down, Chatham down 3. Carls is celebrating a moral victory by putting it in play. Jenks is looking for a little bit more.
these two guys, their fathers really got close this summer. I always knew they would be.
Jenks fouls it off.
I always knew both of their fathers would be watching the game together and kind of analyzing it together. But so these guys have spent a lot of time together, and their parents as well.
I've spent a decent amount of time with Ken Jenks himself, and yeah, he's a fun guy to watch a game with.
Yeah.
His son Trent dialing it up. Oh, a high fastball. That was gonna be some texting after the game on that one.
Trent kind of gave him a look back, and Christian was looking at the dugout, but that was a great matchup. Wow, two great players there.
So it's 1 inning to go. Chatham will try to stay within 3, knowing they're going to be facing Zerillo again.
I think everybody from
finish the
Chatham
game.
was waiting to see Trent bat. Some people heading for the door, but I don't think this game's over yet. I'm telling you, it's not over yet.
So either there's a procession of Chatham fans leaving, or they're going to be just making some friends and crossing the aisle to the Montville side.
Really good turnout here. I'm impressed with both of these towns. It's great. I think Chatham's got a few more fans, but this is excellent. They've been coming here for a few more years than Montville, but I like this tradition. It's great. Beautiful night, too. It's like we got another Chatham pitcher here.
We do.
They're using the whole arsenal of pitchers here.
To work the 7th is Caden Gabriel.
Oh, that's a nice curveball there.
Yes, Gabriel slings it in with a little side arm, and there's a right to left motion on that curve.
Wow, nice movement.
It's a whip
Nice
it.
movement.
It's a whip it.
Looks like it's coming right out of right-hand batter.
Can give forgive the catcher, warm-up catcher, for wearing his gear, because there's a lot of motion. And some decent pop on the fastball. We're really lucky to have Shane here for this Montville comeback. I have to think Chatham might be winning if Shane weren't up here announcing, because his arrival coincided with that big 4-run inning that flipped the scoreboard.
Well, it's been good to talk to you guys. It gets my nervous energy out, too. I normally pace around when my boys are batting or pitching, so this has been good. Thank you for having me.
If you pace now, the cord's going to come out of the soundboard,
right.
and that'll be messy.
We're getting close to the top of the order, so I might
think
get nervous here.
we've got batting 5th and 6th this inning will be the 1, 2, 3. Yeah, the Force brothers, and they're going to need some base runners to get up. Grounder to third. Routine play.
Well, thank you, guys. Appreciate it. It was fun.
Shane, we'll look for your sons out in college baseball, and I hope Chatham doesn't have to deal with another one more year for Logan, right?
Well, no, both of my boys are gone. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, that's it. But
All right.
we got another one coming in 7th grade, so I'll see
That's
you in a
right.
few years. Yeah.
Shane, it was a real joy to
It was
have
awesome,
you.
guys. Thank you. Best of
Thank
luck
you.
to Chatham. All right.
Thanks. Take care. Well, I think Chatham has a chance now. Shane's off the mic, and it's been all Montville since he came on. That is
Up and in.
curveball up and in, and he ducked it. That Milsukis is the dynamic freshman for Montville, and he's up with 1 out. He's going to be ducking some of those roundhouse curves. And that's the one that went right behind him. And it hit him. So
That's weird. I didn't think it was that close to it.
yeah.
There's a replay of that last one.
Ow, my butt.
Okay.
That's what he said.
So runner on first here.
So, Mike, it's just you and me now and the
That's it.
Cougs. That's a over-the-hand fastball ripped to right, and that's going to keep him at first and second. Quick throw in by Tenney. We have a guest in the booth from Chatham. What's your name? Another Logan. What's your last name, Logan?
No. We'll just leave it at Logan.
Well, we'll let you on after the inning's over, but for now, we're going to stick to first and second, 1 down. We have the Force brothers will be coming up in this inning unless there's a double play. So Shane can go back to pacing on his side of the stands. We have Joe Agnoli, who is one of those strong top 4 hitters for the Stangs. 2-0.
Foul ball, third base.
Out in front. 2-1. We're going to be streaming until this game is over. That's a coming in for a strike. That's 2-2. Agnoli will be ready to rip. Outfield medium, first and second, 2-2. Curve, just piece. That is Gabriel's most effective pitch, and I'd like to see him keep working that on the outside corner. Overhand fastball, double play ball to second. He gets him. That's a double play.
Nice pick by Regno at first there.
That leaves the Force on the bench. And Chatham, last licks. 7-4, bottom 7.
Take a look at the replay. You see Wes shading towards the center there. Makes a good play. As he's moving back to his position, ball's hit back to his left. Sets himself up. Good momentum, good flip. Nicky with the turn. Regno with the pick. All right. We'll go to what they call last licks, right?
I'm going to see who comes on the mound. You'd think Zerillo would finish it off. And he's got room service. Someone brought his hat and glove for him. I guess that when you're the big man on campus, you have help.
All right, so we play 7 here in New Jersey high school baseball, so this will be Chatham's attempt to tie it, take the lead, or, take the lead and win it. Glad you could join us tonight here on Common Guy Sports. Hope you enjoyed the coverage. This is Mike. We're back definitely for Chatham's senior night in a couple weeks. That'll be a night game versus Madison. In the meantime, Chatham will be definitely playing this Saturday in the semifinals for the Morris County tournament. They'll be playing Morris Knowles. Mr. Force mentioned a couple players on that, most notably Luke Dickerson, who's going on to Virginia to play baseball. Arguably, Luke could continue his college athletic and academic career playing hockey. He was an instrumental part of that Knowles team that got to the Rock a couple years. So, what do we got?
I think there's a problem with the glove of the first baseman.
Oh.
And it seems like he's fine with that. I tell you what, if you can't get enough of the common guys, we're going to be starring at Shepherd Colic on Wednesday night because we have a big game against the Swingers. Team that's really on the ropes. They are 0-3, and they are suffering and struggling. And we're going to try to put our second W on the Swingers.
All right. For anybody who's not familiar, so Common Guy Sports, name of the company, and also this year was honored with the naming rights for a men's softball team in Chatham. That's what Phil's referring to.
Team that has got the number of the Swingers this year. Those guys don't know how to win. It's been a long time, and I think they don't want to be facing us on Wednesday.
They could be watching, Phil.
I hope they are.
All right, strike two.
Maximo, batting third. Zurlo continues to fire. Maximo, two-hopper to short, stumbles and throws it into the dugout. We have a base runner. So that play was not fielded cleanly by Tedesco. He, again, was playing second most of the game. He got shifted to short when Zurlo came on the mound, and he made an error and compounded it with a second error. So that allows Chatham to have the lead runner at second. There's still two men behind him that have to get on before the game is at risk. But Regno is trying to keep the momentum going. First pitch, ground ball to second. Montville be happy to trade an out for a base as Maximo advances to third. Zurlo is really eager to just keep at it. We have a pinch hitter for Chatham.
Matt Hodap at bat now for Chatham.
Who started the game at pitcher, right? Okay. Coming in, lefty. I'd say Zurlo is firing. He's a little bit like Kelly Leak of the Bad News Bears. Dude just comes in and mows him down. He doesn't want to waste any time. Inside, gets the call. 0-2, and Hodap.
Well, I never knew Kelly had a last name from Bad News Bears. I learned something new tonight.
Dude, you got to read the book. Read the book. It's like been a while. 70s, I was there. 0-2. Man on third, one down. Here comes Zurlo. And another one. That was three smoking fastballs. Hodap back to the bench. Last chance for the Cougars. Another pinch hitter.
Kyle Ruddy.
Okay, Kyle, your reward for getting in the game is getting to keep Chatham alive against Zurlo. Zurlo's face paint is just intimidating. That's one, and he got a piece, but left it foul. So Strike one. Zorlo's saying, I got 2 more pitches, and I'm going home. Ruddy is saying, I'm going to make you work for it. I think it's going to be a fastball. That's 2.
All right, you hear a little cheer from the Montville fans.
There are 15 fans standing, anticipating the final pitch. Zorlo throws a curve, and Ruddy hangs
tough.
in there. And that was almost unfair, but didn't move that much. In fact, it kind of sped up Ruddy's bat. So I think that was an experiment that won't be repeated. Ruddy, 0-2. On third base, Maximo. Last chance. Fouled off. Staying alive. Ruddy checks the count. It's 0-2. Zorlo looking for that strikeout pitch. Ruddy on top of the plate. Curve.
Hanging tough.
Spun foul.
Got to give a shout out to Kyle. The game at Mendham, late in the game, he had a single to left and it was potentially fielded by the third baseman, but he busted hump getting down to first base and came up a little lame. So here he is a couple days later, cutting it out.
Ruddy, a faster fastball and just stays alive. This is getting personal between Zorlo and Ruddy. Zorlo likes to take the throw with his bare hand, as if to say, I don't need a glove. I don't need a sign either. Just let me throw some gas. Here it comes. Ruddy.
That's going to get out of play.
Fouls
Foul ball.
it. Those kids have a lot of fun up there chasing those balls. And Zorlo's getting a little frustrated. Little by little, Ruddy is evening things out. Seeing more pitches. Still swinging late, but still up there. It's getting fun. 0-2. Curve. And that one might stay in play. The first baseman, right fielder under it. And the game is over. Foul catch. Throws the ball in the air in celebration. Montville ends the game. Final score, Montville 7. Chatham Cougars 4. Handshake line. We are at the end of the game.
All right, this is Mike from Common Guy Sports. Want to give a quick thank you to Steve on the camera and Phil assisting here in the virtual booth. Hope you enjoyed the coverage. We're back in a week and a half, I think, Chatham Senior Night. This stream is available to rewatch at any point.
We got to thank Shane Force as well.
Yes, Mr. Force, great job jumping in. Brought a little momentum to the Montville side.
A little perspective, a lot of personal anecdotes.
Insight.
My God, Mike, you need to sign him up.
All right.
To Common Guys.
Well,
or maybe we can get him to come to our softball game against the Swingers, the 0-3 Swingers.
All right. Again, thank you, Mr. Force. Nice job, and best of luck to all the seniors. If this is the last time we get to cover them playing, especially on the Montville side, that is. We'll see the Chatham seniors in a week or so. We're going to sign off. Have a good evening.
Had fun, Mike.
All right. And the coaches.
Thank you, folks. Thanks for listening, watching.
We'll catch you soon.
Take care. Good night.